Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Cobblemon News. It's been a very long time since I've actually recorded one of these videos and you can tell. So in today's video, I want to show you guys what I found on the Discord, the GitHub, and on all the other sources that I can find anything Cobblemon related, and I'm gonna quickly spoil a little bit to you guys. There is so much cool stuff in this video, so make sure to watch it all the way to the end. But with all of that out of the way, let's jump straight into it. Starting off with controller support in Cobblemon. Yes, you heard me correctly, controller support is coming to Cobblemon. In this clip you're seeing right now, we can see the person using an Xbox controller. It's actually working very well. I'm quite surprised. With all of the different keys and all of the different stuff that Cobblemon can do, I was actually quite impressed that they got it working on a controller. But even more impressive, next clip, this is a person using a joystick to ride a Garchomp. I was not expecting to see this today, but it looks so incredibly fun and so incredibly fun to do. I'm so impressed that they got this working. I think maybe in the next update or any other updates we might see controller support in Cobblemon, which is a huge deal. Moving on to another feature that I wasn't expecting, VR in Cobblemon. Yes. The devs did say that this is not a planned feature, this was just for joking around, so don't expect this to be in the next update or, well, any upcoming update. It could be in it, it could not be in it. They're just working on it for fun. These are just some devs messing around, but it does look very fun. I might get one of the VR headsets and just play a Let's Play in Cobblemon VR if you guys want to see that. It would be so fun, but as you can see, the Pokeballs work, the fishing rod works, a ton of cool stuff with actually attaching the berry to the fishing rod, with your two hands. It's so cool and so intuitive. It just looks very fun, and if they ever release this, this is going to be a content gold mine for all of the creators out there. Now for a speculative feature, they just released these videos without any other explanation, just like the video in the dev blog, and it shows Tandemaus and what's the other Pokemon called, the pink one with the hammer, actually doing their animations, but the camera is moving. What I think this actually means is that we could be getting faint animations with locked cameras and battle animations with locked cameras, which would be insane. Maybe this could be some sort of Pokemon Champions, Pokemon Coliseum type stuff that when you initiate some sort of battle with a trainer or with another player, we could be getting actual cinematic battles, which would totally blow my mind. This is just purely speculation, as I said before, but it would be so cool to see these animations in the actual Minecraft world. Imagine a stadium build, and every time you do an attack, the camera actually moves with the Pokemon. That would be so cool, and I don't know, it would bring Cobblemon to the next level in my opinion. So as you might have guessed, those three features I just mentioned are just small features. Now let's move on to TMs, which are going to be a big part of the next upcoming update, I think. So as you can see in this clip, the Charmander is actually leveling up, and as it learns moves, we can see Toasts in the top right corner of the screen actually saying new move unlocked with a TM next to it. This means actually when you evolve your Pokemon or just level it up and it learns certain moves, you will actually learn the move yourself and be able to actually make it in the TM machine, which is a very cool way of actually collecting TMs. This is also one of the major points of the dev blog all around TMs. They wanted to make three main ways of getting TMs, so leveling up your own Pokemon, evolving them and just making them learn new moves, catching Pokemon, so wild Pokemon, if they have certain moves, you learn them yourself when you catch them, and also by going into structures. You will get random TMs and rare TMs by going into structures and actually finishing the little puzzle or anything else. They haven't really made that too clear, but it could be a very cool way of adding rare TMs, because we do have in Pokemon only TM moves, so Pokemon can't learn them. You really need to find them. And that's what they're going to add in the new structure, I think. What you can then do is learn these TMs these rare TMs, teach them to a Pokemon, and then breed them, and the Pokemon that come out of the eggs of that certain Pokemon with the rare TM will have them themselves, which is very cool. Another way of getting these rare TMs is also by catching Alpha Pokémon, but that's for the other part of the video, so I'm not going to touch on that just yet. The other two clips I'm showing you right now is of the new GUI of the TM machine, which looks absolutely gorgeous. I don't know how they do it, who's making these GUIs, because they look so absolutely clean, and I don't know, I'm just in love with them. The other two clips I'm showing you right now are of a person putting a TM in the data monitor. I have no idea what this actually does. You can see that when you put a certain TM into the machine, it turns the color of that TM. So a normal TM makes the screen go gray, and a fire TM makes the screen go red. But I don't actually know what this does, so maybe if someone in the comments can tell me what that does, or a dev, let me know. Now let's move on from those changes to the Pokédex changes, because we have a lot of cool new features coming to the Pokédex, so let's get into it. Starting off with a feature that has nothing to do with the Pokédex, but I had no other section to put it in, is the new starter selection screen. I'm gonna be completely honest, and I'm gonna tell you that I'm not the biggest fan of this new GUI. I don't know why, but it doesn't really give off the same vibe as the original did, so it might grow on me. There is a lot more space to actually have information about the Pokemon, and it looks way cleaner. Okay, I think it might grow on me, but as it stands right now, I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm sure it'll grow on me. Next up, we have the Berry Pokédex feature. So this is a new feature. You can just use your Pokédex to scan all the berries from Cobblemon, and it will say what it does, which berry it is, and all of the other good stuff. A very neat addition. I don't know if anyone actually wanted this, but it's just one of those features that you don't think about, but once you have it, it's super handy, because I don't know anything about berries, so this will probably come in handy a lot for me. And next up, we have the Move Dex, which shows you all of the moves a certain Pokemon can learn by level up and from TM. So this is going to be a very welcome change in my opinion. I have no idea which moves a certain Pokemon learns from level up or from TMs. So this is going to be very welcome for players like me that don't know all of the moves out of the back of their head. So this is going to be a very welcome change. Now let's move on to the second to last feature, which is going to be a Pokemon Previewer, which I didn't expect at all. What you can do with this Pokemon Previewer feature is actually set a custom level, custom name, and custom held item to actually preview the stats of that certain Pokemon. I guess what this really means is that you can just make the Pokemon inside of your Pokédex and then try and hunt it later. So you don't actually have to make the whole entire Pokemon inside of your party and stuff and get the held item and then look at the stats and be disappointed. Now you can just make the Pokemon inside of your Pokédex, look at the stats and be like, okay, this is the Pokemon I want, and then you can go and make it and actually have it. So this could really make the Pokédex way more handy than it is right now, because in my opinion, the Pokédex kind of feels useless right now. It's fun to see all of the Pokemon that you have and see all of the other stuff like the animations, pretty cool, but it's not something you would have in your inventory at all times, because it isn't really a necessity. This could be like more of a utility instead of just a fun gimmick type item. So I really like this change. This really turns the Pokédex into something you can use instead of just a cool collection thingy. Now we have the final feature of the new and improved Pokédex, which is going to be the size scanner. It's actually very simple. You have a range from extra small Pokemon to extra large Pokemon. And there is one exception, you can also have Alpha Pokemon. And you might be wondering, what are Alpha Pokemon? Well, let me explain. Alpha Pokemon are very rare forms of Pokemon that can now spawn in your Cobblemon world. As you can see in the pictures right now, we have the small, regular, and alpha Pokemon variants, which look very cool. I'm super happy that they're finally adding size variations inside of Cobblemon, because it's just a feature that fits so well inside of this mod. It's just one of these small little tweaks that we want in the original Pokemon games, but they're never gonna add. So we just want it in Cobblemon, and it's finally here. I'm so happy. And it gets even better, because Pokemon at level 1 are actually smaller than their level 10 counterparts. So as you can see in this clip right here, a level 1 Pikachu starts off small, and then you can level it up to level 10, and then it's actually its true size. So another very cool feature, and I'm actually in love with it. I just love this. And now we have another feature. This is more for add-on creators. This will give you the ability to actually make certain Pokemon have custom skins and custom models based on their levels. So as you can see, this Vulpix starts off with one tail, we level it up, and then it gets more tails as it levels up. This is a very cool feature. I'm I don't know what people will do with this, but I see just endless possibilities, and I know a lot of add-on creators are going to see this feature and already have like a million ideas, and I just can't wait to see the add-ons. And as you can see in this clip right here, Alpha Pokemon will actually have red eyes, so all of the Pokemon I showed beforehand without the red eyes aren't actually alpha, so I'm sorry. But this is what an alpha Pokemon looks like. Almost all the Pokemon already have their red eye placements done, so I couldn't really get it to work inside of Blockbench, but this is how an alpha Pokemon will look, with like the red eyes, and yeah, you won't actually be able to miss it. Now with my favorite features sadly out of the way, let's move on to some writing changes. First up are these cool new icons. These will actually show what kind of mount you're riding, which is actually very nice instead of just having like the name in the middle. Now you can actually hover over the icon and it will tell you what type of mount you have, which is very cool. Next up, we've got to change to Mantine. As you might know, in Pokemon Sun and Moon, Mantine can be used to surf and to fly, so this has been added into Cobblemon. Mantine can now fly when it goes out of the water, and it looks absolutely sick. Do you think Mantine will be the best mount in Cobblemon after this update? Let me know in the comments down below. And then next up, we have a player riding Ariados and running up to a wall and then just being able to climb over it. Pretty cool. Imagine if all bug-type mounts could do this, that would be absolutely dope. But the devs did say that this is a work in progress. This is just a test, so don't get your hopes up. This could be just a test and it dies as a test. But it looks very cool. I hope we get it one day. Okay guys, I think I kind of lied when I said size variations were my favorite feature in this video. Because we're now going to take a look at habitats, and habitats are so good. So, quick rundown, these are like tiny little structures that spawn in your world and will have like increased spawn rates for certain Pokemon. We already have a couple of like confirmed habitats like the Cenote, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, the Desert Oasis, the Grassy Slide Ruins, the Ice Float, the Lush Canopy, the Nether, the Rocky Outcrop, and the Treasure Hordes. These all look so good, but these are only just like the little renders they made of them. We can actually look at them in game. This is going to be crazy. You'll just be able to like go into a mine and just find these habitats like actually seamlessly integrated into your world and in other structures. It's going to be crazy, and I don't know which Pokemon are going to spawn here. I just want to know, and I can't wait to actually see this in game. Now with habitats out of the way, I had one question for you guys. What is this? So I was in the dev blog just scrolling and I found this image. Does this remind you of anything? Is this like a recycler? Is this like a trading like center? I have no idea. So if you know what this is, let me know in the comments down below please, because I have no idea. Okay guys, now we're at my favorite part of this whole entire video, and I know I've said that like a million times, but I just love Cobblemon, okay? We're going to be taking a look at the new animation. Hey guys, quick editor note here. I wanted to show you all of the models and animations I had prepared for you, but it turns out while I was editing this, so I'm recording this as I'm editing the video, that would make the video over an hour long. So I don't think you guys want to be here for over an hour looking at all of the little new animations and all of the remodels that don't really change that much. So I've decided to actually just show you my favorite models and animations, so you don't waste your time and I don't have to spend 2 hours editing just me rambling on about random animations and models. So if you guys do want to see all of the new animations and models, you are able to just look at the GitHub from Cobblemon themselves and just look through all of like the entries. But I think this video would be way too long and would waste way too much of your time just for me to have like a little opinion on everything. So what I'm gonna do, show you my favorites, so let's get into it. Starting off with little Torchic right here. Look at this little cutie. We have a ground idol. I don't know which one exactly they changed, but I've actually never looked at Torchic's like animations this close up, so all of these could be new. If you know if they're new or not, let me know. But the dev blog said, well, the GitHub said these are new. So look at these very good animations. I love this. So this run, the battle idol, look how angry it looks. The physical attack, ooh, it actually jumps up. Wait, do that again. Ooh, look at that. That's so cute. Next up, the special attack. Oh, imagine it does flamethrower and it just like pushes itself back due to knockback. That's very cute. Okay, status. So if it does like some side of paralysis stuff. Battle cry. Okay, that's about the same as the status. The blink, the cry, the recoil, the sleep. Look at the sleeping animation. Oh, this is so adorable. No way. The dance. Okay, wait, are we getting dancing Pokemon in Cobblemon? Okay, no, probably not. Okay, look at the render. Okay, we also have ground idols, like quirks. So this is when the Pokemon is just chilling on the ground, and it just does something random. Okay, two very cool random quirks, and just overall great animation. It looks very bouncy, which I really like. Moving on from Torchic to Croagunk, a new Pokemon coming to Cobblemon. I don't know if it had a model yet. I think they also added a model, but now it also has a ton of animations. Look at this. I actually love this Pokemon. Another Gen 4 classic. Look at this very cool walk. This is just like nonchalant final boss. Ground run, the Naruto run, very cute, very cool and cute. The run speed, the battle idol. Yo, this looks menacing. The physical, ooh, that's a lot of movement. Yo, that's so cool. The special, let's take a look. Okay, it actually like, imagine it like spits acid on you or something. That's so cool. Like the cheeks actually like blow up. Very cute. Battle cry. It actually laughs at you. Very cool. It's like the whole thing of this Pokemon. Okay, the status is the same thing. The fainting animation. Ouch. The sleep. Oh, it's just on its side. Is that it? Okay, that's so goofy. That's like the goofiest sleeping animation I've seen in a while. The cry, the recoil. Okay, so these are all just like used in just the other animations. Okay, so those are all the animations. Very cool. I love this ground walk. It's so cool. I love this. Okay, Croagunk. Next up is Drampa. Drampa is a Pokemon I usually never really think about, but it got some new animations. Look at this. And I think you can actually ride it, air and air fly. So you will be able to like put it in the air and then it will have this animation. The sleep animation is also super cute. It like curls its neck up. Very cute. The yawn, it can actually yawn. Okay, let's take a look at the yawn. That's very cute. But these do look very good, these animations. I really like how like cloudy they made them. Well, that's like the whole thing about Drampa, right? That it's like cloud-like. So they did do a very good job. Next up, we've got Grafaiai, a Pokemon I actually have never had in my party in any of the games. I think this is from Gen 7? I hope I'm not wrong. No, Gen 8 probably. It's like, it looks like a Gen 8 Pokemon. I have no idea. Let me know in the comments down below which gen this Pokemon is from. But it got some animations. It's a very cool Pokemon. It has like these tentacles on its fingers. Very weird. Idle quirk. It like licks its finger. That's weird. That's actually kind of gross. And it can also lick its other finger. Okay, nice. Ground walk. So it actually like slaps its finger on the floor and then it puts it in its mouth. That's very weird. Battle idle. It looks kind of mad. The sleep. Oh, it looks so comfy. Okay, that's actually very cute. And then we've got the cry. Okay, yeah. Very cool, but no battle animations actually. But overall, pretty good animations. I love it. Moving on to another Gen 4 classic, Honchkrow, the cool looking bird. The ground idle animation can be seen right here. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. Ground idle, the ground walk, the battle idle, it like kind of tilts its like whole body. Idle, ground, walk, nothing there. The air idle, okay, I don't know if that's supposed to happen. I don't think that's supposed to happen. These probably need to be hidden, but okay, you get the point. It looks very cool. Air glide, so it can glide. Ride air fly, ride air glide, ride dive. These are all just like ones that they use in the other like animations, but we do have some emotions here as well. Sad, surprised, disinterested, happy, hurt, and battle idle test. Look at this. This is like from the sprite back in the days. Oh, I love that. Okay, look at this giant wing. So cool. Okay, this could be in the thumbnail. I don't know. Very cool. But these are all the Pokemon that got animation. So Torchic, Krogan, Drampa, and Grafaiai, and finally Honchkrow. Very cool looking Pokemon. Now, it is time to take a look at all of the Pokemon that got new models or remodeled. We have a ton of Pokemon here. Look at this. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 4. That's 36 Pokemon to take a look at. So let's jump into it. We are starting off with Throw. And I never was a really big fan of this Pokemon. Like the original Pokemon itself looks weird in my opinion. But in Cobblemon, look at this. This Pokemon looks great. I love this. And it has a Ditto face. So I'm still waiting for like actual confirmation that the Ditto transformation thingy is like actually confirmed. But imagine you see a Ditto, well, like a Throw with this face, then you know it's a Ditto. Okay, but we can have Throw without Sock. Look at this. Sock also looks so good. They couldn't have made a better model for him. We have Ground Idol, Battle Idol, Blink, and another Ditto face. This one looks... it doesn't even have a smile, so that's kind of a bummer. I hope they add a little smile, because I love the smiles. Moving on to one of the starters, actually, we've got Trico, and because this is a starter, it has a ton of animations. We've got the Ground Idol, the Quick Ground Idol. I don't know what that does. We have the Ground Walk, which actually makes it go on all fours, which is so cool. The Ground Run, so if you run, it actually goes back on its 2 feet and starts running. The Battle Idol, it looks a little bit angry. The Physical, it uses its tail to attack. The Special, it kind of just screams, okay. The status will probably be the same. No, it actually does something different. Okay, cool. The Feint, it just falls on its face. That's gotta hurt. Battle Cry, the same as the status. The Cry, the Recoil, the Battle Sleep. So in battle it will look like this, but in the wild it will look like this. Shoulder Left, so this is a shoulder mountable Pokemon. Blink, Head Scale, and Ditto Face. Okay, this one looks so uncanny. I do not like this one. Ugh. It looks really creepy. Okay, let's move on to its final evolution, Sceptile. Fun fact, I actually didn't find a Grovyle model. Very weird. There is no Grovyle model in the GitHub anymore. So let's move on to Sceptile, which got reworked. As you can see, the face looks way more defined, and like the, I don't know what these are, the balls on its back also look way better texture work. We've got tests, so I think this is a battle. This is a run, this is a blink, and then we also have the Ditto face. I like the Ditto face on this guy more than I did on Trico. The one on Trico looked very creepy. On to Pharaoh Seed, tiny little dude, a metal seed. You don't see that too often. Ground Idol, it just kind of like swings back and forth. Ground Idol Stuck, so when it's stuck in the ground, it will do nothing. The Ground Walk, it will just like roll. The Battle Idol, it will do the same as its Ground Idol, but a little more movement. The Sleep, it will go into the ground and just close its eyes. The Blink, it will close its eyes. Cry, Shock, so it does have emotions. Okay, so the Shock, angry, sad, happy, and hurt. Okay, these look very cool, and I'm actually quite impressed that they made this Pokemon this expressive. Very cool from the dev team. Very good work. Moving on to its evolution, we've got Pharaoh Thorn, a very menacing looking Pokemon. Ground Idol, the Battle Idol, the Ground Walk. This kind of reminds me of the Metagross animation. The Hang, so it can actually hang on top of blocks. That's very cool. The Sleep, it will just close its eyes. Nothing really much to see. Blink. the cry, the shock. Okay, so this one has all of the emotions Ferrothorn also had. Okay, very cool looking Pokemon. My personal favorite thing about this is the hang. Very cool. I'm going to have to wait to see how this is implemented into the actual mod, but I'm quite like intrigued. I want to see what this looks like inside of the actual Minecraft world. Moving on to Litleo, our favorite little fire tiger. Look at this little dude. He has a very nice model. He has a mohawk. He has like these very cute ears, very big. I just want to hug this guy. The thing about this is that it doesn't really... Oh, it does have some animations. Okay, but not like actual animations that work yet. No. But we do have a pose. We do have some like emotions. I love how his ears go up when he's shocked, sad, angry, happy. That's very cute. And the pose is also very cute, but this never gets used in the actual mod. But is a very cool way to actually, well, it's like very handy for people like me trying to make a thumbnail. This is very handy that the people just put this in. Now let's go into its male evolution. We've got Pyroar male. We only have a ground idol for this guy and it doesn't do anything, but the model, oh my god, this model looks insane. This Pokemon is going to look so good in game. I love this. And look at like the fur, the cool like fur at the front of the Pokemon is also very cool. It's just so cool. But we wouldn't have a Pyroar male if we didn't have a Pyroar female, which also looks very cool. This one actually has a pose like attacking something. A ground idol, so it just stands normally, and a size test. I don't know what this size test is all about. Maybe we will get tiny Pyroars, maybe. And then we have the new one, so maybe this is like the original size they were making it, and then they made it this one. Pretty cool. Let's move on to Aromatisse, which looks very similar to Spritzy, and has a ground idol, a cry, and a blink. I was never a big fan of this Pokemon. It kind of looks like a bird ate too much glitter, but I gotta say it looks pretty cool in this Cobblemon style. I can't hate on it. Moving on to Swirlix, we have one of the Pokemon I do really like of Gen, I think it's 6. Yeah, I think it's 6. Very cool Pokemon. It has a lot of emotions actually. Look at all of these emotions, very cool. We also have a ground idol. Does it move? Nope. And an air idol. So Swirlix can actually float. I did not know that, and the thing on the bottom actually moves. Okay, so this could be cool if you fly or go somewhere higher. This Pokemon can actually follow you. Pretty cool. Moving on to its evolution, Slurpuff, which has also all of the emotions that Swirlix had. Very cute. As I said before, I'm not the biggest fan of these Pokemon, but they do look very good in this style. That's something only Cobblemon can do. Make Pokemon that I don't like actually likable. This pose is also very cool. Moving on to our favorite slimy friend, we've got Goomy. Goomy got all of these like slimy animations, which I'm actually very impressed that they pulled this off. This thing actually looks like when you touch it would like stick to your hand. A ton of cool animations. A sleep one. Ugh! Okay, what is that? What is that? Okay, they need to change that. That looks so weird. That looks... Okay, I'm gonna be honest. That looks disgusting. I do not like that. Please change that, Cobblemon team. Then we have the status, the battle cry, which is the same one. The physical attack. Then we have the special attack. Okay, there's the mouth again. I don't like the mouth. The mouth looks weird. Some recoil, making it like kind of bounce. Faint. Oh, it just disintegrates. Blink. The shock. The angry. The sad. The happy. And the torso slime test. What is torso slime? Okay, so I think they might want to add this, but I think it looks better without it actually. Moving on to the Zubat remodel, we have the ground idol, the ground walk, the air idol, the air fly, the sleep, which is just like Zubat on the floor, the cry, I think these wings are bugged, so it only should have one pair of wings, I think. Roost, which makes it hang upside down. Very cool. Earth Witch. Okay, so... Oh no, Ear Twitch. Okay, I thought that said Earth Witch. No, so this is like a quirk it can have. The Ditto Face. Oh, that looks so cute. That is so cute. Shoulder left, it can hang on your shoulder left and right. And then mouth wide, so it can actually open its mouth very wide. Very cool. Moving on to its evolution, Golbat, which also got a remodel, which in my opinion looks way better. This one looks actually menacing. We've got the Ground Idol, the Ground Walk, the Air Idol, the Air Fly, the Battle Idol, making it look very menacing. Battle Idol Air, Sleep, Roost, Blink, Cry Tongue. I don't see a tongue. Ditto Face. Okay, the Ditto Face looks so goofy on this one. That's very funny. Happy, sad, hurt, shock, unamused, and mouth closed. Okay, this looks so cursed. This is very cursed. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. And then evolving our Golbat into Crobat, which also got a massive upgrade. I never really liked how they did it before. I don't know if I have an image of it on screen right now, but normally this cube would have been like turned 90 degrees. So the point would have been here, like this little like edge would have been here, which I never liked. It was unique, but I didn't really like it that much. So I think this is way better to do it like this. We've got a Ground Idol, a Ground Walk, Air Idol, Air Fly, so they're the same. Battle Idol, Sleep. I love how they did this. Then the Cry, Roost, the same thing. Blink, and the Ditto Face. Look at the Ditto Face on Crobat. Oh, I can't wait until they finally add this Ditto addition to Cobblemon. Shock, Angry, Sad, Happy, Hurt, and Stadium Mouth. I actually quite like the Stadium Mouth. I don't know why. It really like gives it way more personality in my opinion than just like no teeth or like just white teeth. Okay, we're almost at the end. Moving on to Roly Coly. We've got the Ground Idol, the Ground Walk work in progress, so this isn't finished. The Blink and the Ditto Face, which is just like a dot. Very cool. And then that's about it. That's all the animations for Roly Coly. Moving on to its evolution, Carkol, we've got a Ground Idol, a Blink, a Ditto Face, another goofy one, a mouth open animation, a hurt, sad, angry, surprised, and wee animation. The Cobblemon dev teams are having so much fun with this. You can just tell. Look at this. Someone actually animated this just for fun. I love the dev team for just doing stuff like this. This really makes it funny. Moving on to its evolution, Colossal. Very cool looking Pokemon. Ground Idol, we got the Blink and we got the Ditto Face. A pose for it as well. Red eyes for when it gets angry. Hurt, sad, and surprised. So, not a lot of animations again. But still a very cool looking Pokemon. Colossal gets a lot of hate, but I personally really love this Pokemon. Moving on to one of the best remodels they've did in a while. Skitty. Look at this. This is the cutest Skitty model I've ever seen. And we got a Ground Idol, we got a Blink, and we got also a Ditto Face, which also looks perfect. And the pose just makes it look even more cuter. This is the perfect remodel. You can't change my mind. Evolving it, we get Delcatty, which also has a pretty cool, like, model. But why would you evolve your Skitty if you could have this cute little thing and not this purple cat-like hybrid? We got the Ground Idol, Blink, Ditto Face, Skill, so we might be getting tiny Delcatties. And the pose. Also a happy version and a hurt version, but these are unsaved, so they're still working on these. Moving on to Pancham, which is our little mischievous panda fighter thingy. We've got a Ground Idol, a Cry, a Blink, and a Ditto Face. That's about it that we've got with Pancham. In the unsaved, we got the happy version and the hurt version. Evolving Pancham, we get Pangoro, which Wow. This is one of those models that just, I don't know who made this. This is like, the person that made this is so talented. It just looks so good. I love how the fur looks, how actually like scary this thing looks. I would not want to meet this thing in real life. We've got, if we go into animate, we've got the render, like actually in its battle stance. We've got the mouth open where you can see like the actual sharp teeth. The ditto face, making it look super cute. The blink, the cry, and just the ground idle. I don't know if this actually works. No, it doesn't. But this is one of the best models I've seen in a while. This looks so good. I said that was the second to last, but I was kind of lying. I'm sorry. This is the second to last, and we have a Ditto remodel. I love this. Another one that I absolutely love, the ground walk. It got way more like movement in it, and the faint animation, it just kind of get like squished, sad. Sleep is just like in its own zone. The cry, this cry is so cute. Oh, I love it. The blink, the happy ditto, the curious ditto, the angry ditto, and the sad ditto. Why would you ever want to make your ditto sad? This is what you would make. It's so, I don't know why anyone would do this. I'm probably gonna use this one in the thumbnail. It looks so cute. And then our final model is going to be Cranidos. Look at this cool, grumpy little guy, tiny little dinosaur. It's so cute. We've got the ground idle, we've got the battle idle, the ground walk, the ground run, the sleep, the faint, the cry, the blink, the quirk idle. So this is what it does when it's just standing on the ground doing nothing. Another one, so it has two quirks. And then I think that's about it. Yeah, we also have a cute little pose, and the happy, the hurt, the shocked, the angry, annoyed, and sad emotions. Look at this sad little guy. I'm gonna make him happy again. Yes, this is way better. And that's going to be it for today's video. I really hope you did enjoy it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more Cobblemon news from me. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye bye.